This video is sponsored by our brand new Ultimate Vegan Baking course, out now. Learn the science, the secrets and the techniques to take your baking to the next level. With over 150 recipes, this course focuses on trying to teach you how the components and ingredients relate to each other so you can become the best possible baker you can be. Welcome to Coffee Slices. For anyone who didn't grow up in Ireland or England, you may be wondering what the hell is a coffee slice. It's kind of like a mille feu, which means 1,000 pages is the direct translation from French. In essence, it's a real flaky puff pastry with cream with jam and a wonderful glaze in the top. This is one of my favorite childhood treats. I remember when we used to go, Mum would go shopping in Super Quinn and they always had their inbuilt bakery, and I remember we'd get one coffee slice to share between us, and none of us liked coffee, but it was just the most, And throughout this vegan baking course, this is still one of my all-time favorite cakes. So we're gonna show you how to make it. We're gonna show you how you can use store-bought puff pastry, or if you want to, recipe above is for the vegan puff pastry. So first step, we're gonna make our cream. For our cream, take 1 full fat tin of coconut milk from the fridge and remove nothing but the fat or the hard cream at the top. Scoop that into a bowl along with 1 tablespoon of maple syrup and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Use a fork to loosely break up the creamed coconut and just whisk it all together until you get this one creamy, beautiful cream. Okay, time to make our mille feu, or take our basic puff pastry. So here you can use either store-bought puff pastry, which is vegan, or else you can make your own puff pastry. Check out the vid above how to make your own puff pastry. So I'm gonna chop this puff pastry into 4 10cm by 8cm rectangles. Remove them and pop them onto a lined baking tray, just making sure there's enough space so they're equally spread out. Put another sheet of baking parchment just to cover the top of them, and this might sound strange, but put a baking tray on top of that. The reason why we do that is to prevent them puffing up too much, so they're gonna be firm but still flaky. We're gonna put them into preheated oven that's 180 degrees and bake them for 5 minutes with the tray on top. So they've been baking for 5 minutes. Now we're gonna open the oven and take out the top tray and baking parchment, allowing them to brown up for a further 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, we've taken our puff pastry out of the oven. We allowed it to cook until it's gone golden and crispy and perfect. And don't be put off looking at this going, that's a Pop-Tart. No, bear with us. This is gonna be one of the most delicious, decadent coffee slices. C'est comme un mille feu, c'est délicieux. Below is a simple framework for 3 different glazes from strawberry, chocolate, and coffee. I'm gonna show you how to make a simple coffee glaze. Into a bowl, sieve in 100 grams of powdered sugar or icing sugar. Next, add 20 grams of melted vegan butter and 2 tablespoons of strong coffee. Mix it all together using a whisk until it's beautiful and smooth and glazy. So all our components are ready. We've got our coffee glaze, we've got our jam is jammed, and our cream is in a piping bag. Easiest way to do this is just notch your piping bag and put it in a jug and fill it from there. And we have our lovely puff pastry, which look like Pop-Tarts, don't worry, ready to go. Okay, first step, we're just gonna glaze our top 2 layers. So take our coffee glaze or chocolate or strawberry glaze and just generously lather it on the top. On the 2 base layers, we're gonna put a generous layer of jam and just spread it out really, really evenly. Finally, take our piping bag and let's pipe on some beautiful kind of fluffy clouds of cream and just spread it out really even and try to get a nice design. I always like to kind of just make it look like this. Finally, let's put our top layer on our bottom layer and it's showtime. I am so excited about these. I never had Pop-Tarts as a kid, so I don't even know what they look like, but these are just, I'm so salivating. Okay, here we go. I'd like to dedicate this one to you. Oh my God. It reminds me so much of my childhood. Like you have this flaky, delicious puff pastry, jammy, creamy, syrupy coffee, just magnificent. These are so easy to make, incredibly delicious. And if you did have people coming over, you could chop them into tiny little squares and serve them as petit four. Anyway, they're beautiful, they're delicious, they're one of my favorite things. Hope you enjoy them as much as we do, and ciao.